everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm taking a look at Liquor Store Simulator for the PlayStation 5. This came out a couple of days ago on the PlayStation Store. It is not got a heavy price point, it's around £10. And it is, well, as you would expect, and the clue's in the title really here, it's another one of those supermarket type simulator games. There's a lot of different kinds out there. You know, there are food supermarket simulators, there's electronic store simulators, there's trade card simulators, there's a huge amount of different variations, but they're all kind of playing on the same kind of simulator game. And the idea is you're opening your own shop and you are selling product. The product in this particular shop is alcohol and beers and wines, etc. So as usual, you start off with a very small shop. You've got a small amount of money, a little bit of space, so you need to buy yourself some things to sell in the store. Now, it's not just alcohol, wine and beer, that kind of stuff. You can sell pop, water, snacks, chocolate, that kind of stuff as well, even like variations of meat and stuff like that when you get a cooler. So yeah, there are other things that you can sell here as well as glasses like champagne glasses, beer glasses, shot glasses, all that kind of stuff. So you stock your shelves with your first things that you've bought, open up your shop, and people will come in and buy your products. You can set the price of your product. It will defaultly set itself at the recommended retail price, but you can change it to higher or lower. It's completely up to you. I always change it to slightly higher so that you're making a little bit more profit, but it doesn't put people off. Now, the big difference here is when you take over the checking till, the checkout till, if someone's buying some form of alcohol from you, you have to check their ID. If they are underage, then you cannot sell them the alcohol. If you do sell them the alcohol by mistake, you get a fine, and you've got 3 days to pay your fine. But also as well, you need to be sure that the ID that they're showing you isn't fake. And trust me, you'll know when it's fake. Because I've had like coloured people, coloured gentlemen, coloured ladies giving me IDs for like Chinese people, that kind of stuff. So it's not difficult to figure out who is giving you a false ID. And once you figure out the dates, it's fairly easy to figure out from the date on the ID if they are too young as well. So you've got to check everybody's ID, whether they're selling alcohol, if they're buying alcohol from you. And then you check the rest of it. It's not as fiddly as some simulator games, the checkout. Sometimes you have to literally key in how much it is. If it's a credit card and stuff, you don't do any of that. You just kind of click right one to scan it, and then you get your money straight away, sort of thing. It's a little bit simpler in that aspect. Then at the end of the day, it tells you, you know, what your profit margins are for the day, that kind of stuff, and then the new day starts. But it doesn't start until you open the shop. So you've got time to restock, to upgrade, because you level up. Each time you level up, it gives you the opportunity to do a number of things. They range from buying new products to sell in the store, like different food items, like wine, champagne, liquor, like whiskey and rum and all that kind of stuff, as well as different variants of beer. But you can also buy new pieces of equipment like shelves to stock things on. You've got like beer barrels where you can kind of display your beers on. You've got glass cabinets where you can put like your like beer mug, beer glasses, shot glasses on, that kind of stuff. You've got like wooden shelves to put like your wine on, to display your wine nicely, all that kind of stuff. And you'll get to the point really when you first start the game, whereas people going to the counter, you will be making, you know, up to $10 to $12 or pounds per exchange. But as you keep expanding and increasing your stock, buying more expensive stock as you upgrade to buy them, it kind of gets to the point where, you know, people will be coming to the counter and you'll be selling like sometimes over £100 stroke dollars worth of product to one person, and that's when your money really starts going up, and that allows you then to upgrade the shop, expand it as you would expect in a game like this. Again, you can hire staff members to, do what staff members do in your shop, work at the cashier, that kind of stuff, stock your shelves. And it is essentially as simple as that. If you've played one of these competent simulator, and I say competent because a lot of them are, like really poor, weak attempts at a competent simulator game. Well, this is a competent simulator game. It does what it does, and it does it well, and it does everything you expect it to do. It's incremental in regards to progression. You can see the progression because you can see your shop filling up with goods. You can see your shop filling up with different shelves with different products on. And you can see like the crowds coming into your shop, so it really feels like you're making progress in the game. I've played quite a few simulator games where it doesn't feel like you're making progress. It feels like every day is pretty much the same. Whereas you really do feel it here, you know what I mean? I like the idea at the beginning of the day you can take as much time as you want to rearrange the shelves if you want, which you can't always do in these games. Put things back on the shelves from alcohol you've refused to sell to people like who are underage or with fake IDs. You can add them back onto the shelves. Going into the stock room, taking stock out of there, and then restocking the shelves with them. And just really, just getting through each day like that. And I found after a couple of hours of playing this, your money shoots up enough for you to kind of feel like you're making a good amount of progress. You can also get a loan in this game. And once you get to that point where you're making a decent amount of money each day, you can make well over like 1,500 after a couple of hours a day. You might be paying back your loan for like, I don't know, $150 to $200 a day. So you can easily front that sort of thing. So you can get like a loan for $2,000 to really help stock up your shop with different products, different shelving, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, this is what you expect it to be for a simulator game. It's just themed around alcohol, liquor, beer, that kind of stuff. And it's competent at what it does. It's not outstanding. It's not going to blow your mind. But if you like simulator games, you're not going to have much of a problem with this one. It does exactly what you expect it to. So, thanks very much for joining me.